CBS 7 News, the breaking news and weather authority. CBS 7 Morning News starts now.
Good morning and welcome back. 6:35 on your Monday. You're back at it, back to work, back to school. Hopefully, though, you got a lot of rest over the weekend. You're ready to tackle the day. We're going to send it over to Greg Morgan now, who is tackling the rainfall. And Greg, there's a lot out there.
Technically, the rainfall tackled me.
Some days that's the way it is.
Sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the bug.
Good morning.
All right. Morning, everyone. Happy Monday to you. Let's dive right in here. Take a look outside, show you what's happening this morning. We'll start things off. Live look at the city of Odessa. Good morning here in the Permian Basin. Now, the rain has begun to wrap up a little bit here across at least parts of the Permian Basin, but we're still seeing some light to moderate rainfall in some locations. We have had heavy rain overnight, especially over the northern parts of the basin, southeast of Mexico. Here's some of the radar estimated rain totals. I'm going to zoom in right here on portions of eastern Gaines County. You can see right along and just south of US 180. Incredibly heavy rainfall. You're talking about bullseye totals here in the neighborhood of 8 to 9 inches of rainfall. Similar stories, you head back over directly into the city of Seminole. You can see locations here officially reporting upwards of 5 inches, but some spots upwards of 6 inches as estimated by radar. Also back down into portions of southern Lee County, New Mexico, and we're talking northern Loving County, southern Lee County. This is over rural sections of the area just north of the Slash Ranch here. You can see we're really looking at heavy totals here. This is all going to continue throughout the day to day. Right now, the bulk of the rain has begun to end, but we still have at least some pockets of moderate to at times heavy rainfall across parts of the area. Light rain over the southwestern reach of the area, the Permian Basin as a whole, seeing that rain wind down over the last couple of hours, the heavier stuff anyway, but still light to moderate rain, parts of Andrews County, Gaines County, also northern Ector County and Midland County. A few little pulse thunderstorms out there, but most of the heavier stuff dying down now. That will return later in the day. We'll let you know when and where, what you can expect for the rest of the week ahead, much more next.
All right, thank you, Greg. Of course, when you receive this much rainfall in a short amount of time, flooding is occurring on the streets, and our CBS 7 crews join us live in Andrews this morning. That's where Michael Esparza is to let us know how the streets are looking. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Krista. Michael Esparza here reporting live from Andrews, where we're continuing coverage of severe weather and flooding. Now, behind me, we have a pretty active scene. Police are now on the scene between an accident that happened between two trucks. One was stopped at the light, and the other one just slid right into him. Now, Andrews police are out here, and they are helping the people kind of resolve the situation. But what that does show is that the roads are full of water and are slippery. So we're advising you that if you're going to be on the road today, to proceed with caution. TxDOT tells us they have closed off parts of Ranch Road 1788 and Highway 180. So if you are going to head in that direction, proceed with caution. Now, there are pockets of water that are starting to formulate around parts of the road. So if you are going to try to go over them, we just ask you to turn around, don't drown. Keep it locked down here on CBS 7 for the latest in severe weather. Reporting live in Andrews, Michael Esparza, CBS 7 News.
Thank you very much, Michael. The only bridge connecting Manuel Benavides and Ojinaga collapsed a couple of days ago due to heavy rainfall. Now, the creek is known as El Chapo, and it was destroyed by floodwaters consumed by the bridge. This is something that residents and law enforcement have never seen before. Eyewitnesses believe 3 uprooted trees and debris are to blame for the bridge collapsing.
I've been having discussions with different entities from the state to rehabilitate this crossing as soon as possible, as it is crucial for the community of Manuel Benavides.
The community of Manuel Benavides relies heavily on this bridge to have access to transport products like food, medicine, and gas. City leaders are in the works constructing a path through the creek to connect the two cities. For now, the road remains blocked. Today, construction is set to begin on FM 1053 in Pecos, just 5 miles south of Imperial. Now, the project will move a mile of the road to the east. This is a short-term solution to address issues caused by the geologic sag. A long-term solution is already being discussed. The project is expected to be completed as early as October. The price tag, $452,693. People are also seeing delays when traveling between Fort Stockton and Balmorhea on Interstate 10. Fort Stockton police did confirm the roads aren't closed, but traffic is running slow due to construction. We could not confirm with TxDOT when that construction would end. Well, the rain has made its way all throughout the Permian Basin, as we talked about. Of the last 12 hours has been really active. Now we're going to check in with Charity Chambers, who is live in the city of Odessa, and she brings us the very latest on the road conditions there. Good morning, Charity.
Good morning, Krista. Now, where I am right now, the rain is actually completely stopped. I'm on the corner of 42nd Street and Dixie. Now, just because the rain has stopped, of course, doesn't mean the flooding has stopped. It is still flooded in these areas. And actually, let me tell you, I have gotten splashed a couple of times. That just goes to show you how flooded these streets are and how fast some of these drivers are driving. Please, I advise the rest of you drivers, slow down. The roads are dangerous. It is wet out here. Please slow down, even if that means getting to your destination a little bit late. Better safe than sorry. Now, we are expecting more rain throughout the day, so you can expect the roads to really stay this way. So all throughout the day, drive a little bit slower than normal. Watch out for yourself and for others on the road. Reporting live from Odessa, Charity Chambers, CBS 7 News.
Time now for a CBS 7 Weather Authority update.
Charity, thank you so much. And yes, the rain does continue in portions of West Texas and northeastern New Mexico. We want to check in with Greg now, talk a little bit about this rainfall, where it's going and how severe we can expect it throughout the day. Good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning, Krista. Good morning, everyone, and a happy Monday to you. Let's reset here, talk about what's happening right now. Now, there are some new areas of rain development that I want to highlight before I jump into what's happened and what will happen. We do have pockets. These are isolated, but it's moderate to heavy rainfall just southeast of Big Lake, down around Barnhart. Locations along Highway 67 could see a little bit of active weather there. Also along Interstate 10 between Sheffield and Bakersfield. So those of you traveling, again, right there where 190 comes out, you could expect to see some active weather in these locations. Certainly some moderate heavy rainfall is possible. And you can see over the last 15 to 30 minutes, there is that potential for that heavy rain to move right up over the intersection here. So please be cautious. We are looking at the possibility of more rainfall in these areas. Now, let's zoom back out here and talk about what has happened and what will happen. We'll go back up to northern parts of the Permian Basin, and we do have a flood warning in effect until 6:45 a.m. for Dawson and Martin counties. This is western Dawson and northwestern Martin counties. You see some heavier rainfall moving into those areas. I'm going to take you back 6 hours. You can see that heavy rain falling in these areas where you have bullseyes estimated by radar upwards of 8 inches there in eastern Gaines County. Also parts of Andrews County picking up some heavier rain. And as Michael Esparza told us earlier, the roads are slick. There's ponding of water on area roadways. Some locations are experiencing the possibility of hydroplaning, so allow a little bit extra space between you and other motorists, even though the rain has died down a lot. As of the last hour or so, it's still slick out there on the roadways, and there are still some spots where water covers the road, and it's difficult before the sun rises to recognize the threat of flooded roadways. You may be driving along, not see water covering the road until you're already upon it, so please be careful. New thunderstorm development northeast of Big Spring. Now, this is that outflow boundary that pushed through the area overnight, so we are seeing thunderstorm activity popping up just to the east of Big Spring. That's flowing back to the west-northwest, so folks in Big Spring up along Highway 350 toward the Lake J.B. Thomas area could experience some rainfall over the next 30 minutes, and this will move back up into parts of Borden and Dawson County. Good news there, right over the watersheds for the Thomas Reservoir. We'll see a flash flood watch remain in effect through tomorrow morning. You saw a lot of rain overnight, but that's not all of it. We're not done yet. We have more on the way. We're talking 2 to 4 inches of rain in the warned area, the watch area, expected the next 24 hours, and upwards of 6 inches of rainfall a possibility. So kids need to grab the raincoats this morning. And we talk a lot about turn around, don't drown. And that's we want you to turn around. We don't want you to drive your vehicle into areas where water covers the roadways. But when we have big flood events like this, we also tend to get a problem of kids playing in the floodwaters. And we want to also advise you to take a few moments, talk with the kids. Kids, if you're listening right now, don't play in the water. Okay? It's dangerous. Not only can you drown, there's all kinds of stuff in that water. Stuff that goes down the toilet comes out in the water. Don't get in the water.
Greg.
Hey, throwing you out there.
We're having breakfast right now.
Well, then don't play in the flood water, and I won't have to say it. 86 degrees is what we're saying. This afternoon, 70% chance of rainfall. Later today, 60% tomorrow, and at least 40% Wednesday. I may bump that upward based on the latest round of data that's coming in. Looks like it could be a little more widespread for your Wednesday, so be sure and stay tuned throughout the week. We will keep you up to speed. Look at that. It's August, almost September.
Wow.
Look at that, though.
The rainiest August I can remember. I mean, really.
Certainly one of the cooler Augusts I can remember. I mean, just strings of rainy days and highs in the 80s. I'm not complaining at all.
Not at all. I'm not either.
No, well, I will complain about the lack of sleep because of all these storms, but you know.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that, Greg. But thank you. We thank you.
Happens.
A lot of people are complaining about the MTV Music Awards last night. Hopefully you didn't sit down for a family night to watch the MTV.
You're watching the MTV Music Awards for a family event.
No, it was not good, wholesome entertainment, according to some people this morning. They're saying it was pretty raunchy, pretty, you know, for MTV risque for pretty, you know, for Video Music Awards, you expect it to be a little bit, but this was one of the more risque years. So anyway, if your kids are like, hey, we want to watch it tonight, we missed it, we TiVo'd it, you might want to say, I don't think so, or watch it first to see if it's.
The cable company accidentally had an outage and it's not there.
Oops, deleted. I don't know how that happened. But the big winner of the night, Beyonce, she won Video of the Year, which was for Formation. She actually won a lot. Direction, cinematography, editing, and choreography. It was all there. Yeah, it was Beyonce's night. And
the list goes on.
She's very, very talented, and as you know, and she received some much deserved awards. So there you go. I'm trying to think who else was a big winner there. Drake got Hip Hop Video. And Calvin Harris got a couple awards. So, and Fifth Harmony, who's coming to town, by the way.
Yep.
Fifth Harmony.
Coming back to town.
They're coming back, I know. Yeah. For those of us who saw the first time at the Wagner Noel, which was an outstanding performance, they will be returning in September, and I believe they'll be at the Horseshoe Arena Amphitheater, which is incredible. If you haven't seen a show there, you definitely need to. It's fantastic. All right, coming up after the break, we have a look at your medical headlines. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.